Welcome to the research question, how can female weightlifters in menopausal transition adapt their training programs to attenuate articular joint degeneration? Why is this important and why is it worthy of further research? It is now known that female weightlifters within the menopausal phase have three specific risk factors to joint degeneration. These variables are high impact sport involvement, having structurally different articular joint organs or AJOs, and menopausal hormonal shifts which reduce joint functional integrity. This makes their risk of injury or AJO degeneration much higher than their male counterparts. The leading world body on exercise prescription, the American College of Sport Medicine, is yet to publish recommendations specific to females having a different load tolerance than males. This was current as at February 2025. Further to this, the ACSM has not published any recommendations specific to the transitional phase of menopause when injury and degenerative risk is higher. The current recommendations for healthy adults is presented here. The top headings in blue displays the FIT principle, being frequency, intensity, time and type of exercise. Olympic weightlifting sits in the strength category shown in fuchsia. It recommends 2 to 3 days strength training per week for each muscle group. The training should be either moderate to vigorous or the 60 to 70% heart rate range. Alternately, intensity over 80% for 1 RM, which refers to a 1 rep max exertion. The latter is the training style for Olympic weightlifting. Rather than a time frame for the workouts, it is guided by volume and rest. The guidelines recommend 2 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps per set with a rest interval of 2 to 3 minutes in between. The type refers to multi-joint, multi-muscle weight-bearing exercises such as Olympic weightlifting. This sport's increasing popularity with females has come from exposure through the popular CrossFit. The competitive lifts, the clean and jerk, and the snatch involve lifting the barbell with speed, power, and strength. These movements utilize multiple joints and muscles under high forces, making it a high-intensity sport. High-intensity sport is a known risk. By simply participating, females of any age increase injury and wear and tear to their articular joint organs. What is of note is that most of the research into the physiological effects of lifting has been based on male populations. It can only be assumed through other factors that the risk is greater for females than males. This is an area where further research would be of benefit, despite lack of specific guidance. How are females currently training? There is very little data available on female training routines. Marianne Hubner from the Michigan State University is not only a passionate weightlifter, but has led several research papers relating to the subject. Research was conducted via online surveys on training and menopausal effects. The survey was limited as only 132 participants were in menopausal transition. What is known from the survey is that females are training the same duration as males, but also in excess of the load-bearing exercise recommendations as per the current ACSM guidelines. So let's look at why this could be of concern. Sexual dimorphism at the articular joint organ has become established in the past 20 to 25 years. A good example of this is to compare the structural findings at the knee joint. With female knees, the results consistently find the subchondral bone area and cartilage smaller. Recent clinical radiographic reviews by Eckstein, Wirth and Putz confirm females have greater structural risk. This is due to smaller joint spaces, thinner cartilage, less cartilage volume, reduced surface area, and smaller ligaments. Other discoveries were that females have greater meniscal effusion and smaller synovial membrane, infrapatellar fad pad, and muscles surrounding the joint. In addition to these variances, there is emerging evidence that the articular joint organs possess estrogen hormone receptors which respond differently during menopausal transition. Hormone changes during menopause include the decreasing production of estrogen. As estrogen assists in regulation of growth factors, its deficit affects joint integrity. Estrogen stimulates the synthesis of type 2 collagen, benefiting tissue elasticity. Its reduction causes tissue stiffness. Counter-response is the upregulation of cytokines which support inflammation. The full comprehension of this process is yet to be clarified. The current understanding of lowering estrogen hormone effects on articular joint organs is displayed in these images. Type 2 collagen levels lower, causing reduced tissue elasticity, cartilage and chondrocyte growth. This causes an increase in cytokine responses, causing joint stiffness, inflammation, and degeneration. Let's look at the consequences of joint degeneration. Arthralgia and osteoarthritis are debilitating conditions. With reduced or limited mobility, the risk of comorbidities can occur, exacerbating health and risking a shorter health span. Here is a diagram comparing a healthy knee to one with osteoarthritis. Inflammation is evident with osteophyte growth, compromising joint space as the body tries to stabilize where no smooth cartilage remains for articulation. Unfortunately for females, their chance of suffering from osteoarthritis is a 2-to-1 ratio from menopause as compared with their male counterparts. This is a 1-to-1 ratio prior to the menopausal transition. It is important to note that the World Health Organization finds females live longer lives. Together, this means they suffer for longer. So to support the health span of females to better match their lifespan, should females train the same as males? To answer this question, greater studies with in-depth training analysis over larger and diversified population groups is necessary. As the female population of Olympic weightlifting continues to grow, both opportunity and need to better understand how high-impact sports affects female articular joint organs is required. How the female articular joints function and accommodate load as compared to males. How does high-impact sports especially affect female articular joint organs? And finally, how menopausal estrogen lowering affects joint integrity. With this knowledge, better specificity can be delivered within female Olympic weightlifters training programs. Thank you for listening.